my name is Tayana. Welcome to my channel. I am the creator of Good Bodies based in Kansas City, Missouri, and I will be showing you all how to become better boudoir photographers. We'll be going through posing, business things of all kinds. We'll also be talking a little bit about things that are not usually as thought about. So things like how to make your studio a safe space for people, considering things like consent in all forms of your business, and just honestly trying to do your best and stand out in markets that might be a little oversaturated, as they like to call them. There's a place for everyone, and there is a way for everyone to run their business in a way that is true to them that still helps make them money. And if you follow along, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, and you will be along for the ride with us. I'm super excited to show you everything, and so stay tuned. Today we're going to be talking about how I create albums for my clients in 15 minutes or less. We will be talking about album stomp specifically. No, we won't. We're going to be talking about SmartAlbums specifically, and if you're interested in looking at anything closer like the Fundy systems or Album Stomp, I suggest you subscribe to my Patreon, which will be below, along with a few other links that'll help you kind of figure out exactly where to go and how to get started. So I went ahead, I opened up SmartAlbums. So this is going to be where everything kind of lives. There's so many features and everything that you look through. We're going to go through the main ones here. Again, that's something if you would like an in-depth look at SmartAlbums, I can tell you that I chose it because I like the layouts better than other places that I've used. I like the fact that it's pretty easy to do all of your import, and the controls for switching between layouts and everything is quick and easy. And I have like a tech background, so if I can't pick something up very quickly, I get frustrated. Album Stomp, very simple, sometimes a little too simple for me. And Fundy, the software is a little clunky to me, but I still like it, and I have used all three, and sometimes if I'm just in a mood, I'll switch them around because I'm the girl that pays for things so that you don't have to. So I love SmartAlbums, and you'll see why here in just a bit. I'm going to show you how to import. We'll go through. I'm using a current client, actually my second client of 2021. I have a full model release. We'll talk about that in probably one of the consent videos about why that's super important. And this is also a friend of mine, so they know that I'm using their stuff for publications and for any kind of YouTube videos, obviously, and then things like that. So I already have put together, I actually just used the 30 favorites that she picked, and we will be using those to design her album. And then I'll kind of tell you what goes into it on my end and what I think about when I'm doing it, and specifically why I choose the things that I do. So I will say that a couple of my reasons that I'm not in love with SmartAlbums is that they switched to that subscription-based model that everybody loves now. I love wham bam thank you ma'am being able to pay for one thing. Oops, I tapped the mic. I love being able to pay for one thing and then not worrying about it anymore. So that kind of grinds my gears, but they are coming out with a couple other things, but honestly, that's, I would say, is my biggest pet peeve about it, because I also use, SmartAlbums is like I think I don't know if you would say it, their parent company or their company is called Pixellu, Pixellu. And, they also, I think, just came out with a way for people to be able to upload their images and share them with clients. So they have their own gallery system now. And I do use them also for my slideshows. So I have like an encompassing price that pays for me to be able to do slideshows, and that pays for me to be able to make these albums for people. So it's a very quick process. I love doing it. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of the job. It's very easy. It's, like I said, very quick, very simple, and very beautiful. So what you'll see is that they have presets for different album companies. So I use WHCC, or White House Custom Colors, 10 by 10 lay flat books. I love them. I swear by them. Those and their leather covers are beautiful. I get free overnight shipping. I just actually ordered this client's album on Friday, and it shipped yesterday, and it'll be here tomorrow. So I can't say enough good things about it. So when I open this up, you're going to click on new project. I had already done this just because I have some clients like sensitive like names and information in there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. I choose to use all the templates. My background color stays white because I don't want to do anything else. I have like my whole thing is I want them to look elegant. I don't need like a bunch of like backgrounds mucking up the thing. We are paying attention to my client and my client only. No extra border around my images, and then I kept the gap at the default, which is the thin at 8 pixels. You can also do thick, which like doubles it, or you can do extra thin for only 4 pixels between your images. So I'm gonna go ahead and stay here on thin. You can also, if you saw that, you can also check custom and pick exactly what you would like to do. Is like you have a point, and I guess it's going by points, not pixels too, the amount of space between your images if there's something in specific that you need or want for what you do. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit start. I am going to go to my desktop here, and then I have a YouTube album, I have my client choice. I'm gonna go ahead and save it as, let's just do the same thing then. YouTube album creation. I'm just gonna save it in here. And that's just asking where exactly you want for yours to live. I have a documents folder where all of my client stuff lives, so I know like if I ever have to go back there and reorder an album or anything like that, it's just there through their name, and it's through my actual like backup system or my 4 terabyte hard drive. So I'm gonna go ahead and click there. So then in order to, okay. In order to go ahead and import my images, so normally this is what it would look like when it starts. We've got both your side panel and your bottom panel open. You're gonna click here on drag images, or you can hit like this plus button, or you can hit import images. You're going to, I just hit, I forget, it doesn't let me do that. Or it does, okay. So I just hit Command A on the Mac, and that selects all of my images. I'm gonna go ahead and say open. And all of those are gonna come out here. So I am going to warn you that my client got her social media images. So a couple of these might give us like a warning saying that they're not big enough for what I'm trying to do. You won't be getting that error. I would have to go back through and like blow up all of these or try to find all of these images again. And to be honest, it's a lot of work right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to just go with it and know that your images, if exported correctly, are going to be fine. I might go ahead and actually move my face to over here. There we go. And so that way you can see all of the images and how I kind of pick, and we'll go through that. So you just drag and drop to create your spread. So for example, I have these 5 here, and I also will tell you that I split everything up by outfit when I do my images. Like I don't want all of a sudden like one of their white sheet images to be in the middle of another outfit. That's just me. I'm sure a lot of other people do it a lot of different ways. It's just, excuse me. It's just the easiest way for me to do things, and it's the best way for me to keep track of everything and make sure that I am not having to figure out like, oh, did I already go through this section? Do I have the outfits that I want for here? And when I actually go through and show the client, which is what we do in our one-on-one reveals, is that way I can also help them see like, here is what we could drop in that I left behind if it's something that you are interested in. But generally when I put together things like this, clients are just like, oh yeah, that sounds great. And we go ahead and we order. So I have this entire top row, which is the first outfit that my client picked. It's actually from the client closet, and for people who would like to know where the outfit is from, I believe it's from Ooh La La Cherie. This is their like brownie orange color. I'm sure that there's like a difference because I think the other one is like black maybe. And then this is in the size 2X. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of these images that I think would work best together. And I love doing triptychs because there's some of my favorite layouts in here. So I can do something like this, and you'll see that this triangle here is just saying like, hey, you don't have a big enough file size because these are all scaled down for social media right now. So you can click on it, and then in this right panel here, which is actually what this is. So in this right panel, you can scroll around. You can scale your images. Again, I don't recommend that, especially if you already don't have anything that's like a huge image to be put on this. And this is going to tell you that this is going to take up this entire page. Now you can see these guides here that are letting you know that those are the guides that might be cut into when you get these ordered from your album company. And you'll be able to see that usually through their ordering system as well. So I can do either one of these. Coolest part is if I'm just like, oh, you know what? I think I would prefer if I did this, I can just click and I can drag and drop it. Now you do have to do the same aspect ratio. So for example, on this one, it's fine because I can do this, but say for example, I try to put a horizontal one into one of these, it's going to do this red bar across it. And that's going to say, hey, you cannot do this. And if you would like to force it, you can hit Command and it'll put it in there, but it's saying that, hey, like this isn't the same thing that what we have now. And we don't think that you should be doing this. Obviously I can do this and it's the same thing. So totally fine. You'll also see that down here, once you've used an image, it grays out so you know not to use it again. So I'm going to go back. You can hit Command Z to go back to where you were. So I think I'm going to keep it this way. And then to go to your next one, you just do the exact same thing. So I am scrolling on my wheel to go to the next page and you just drag and drop again. So my general rule of thumb is that I like to do spreads between every few pages, just like a full body spread. Think like Maxim, really pretty. I guess Maxim isn't like elegant necessarily. It can be, whatever. So you can pick like your favorite image and do that as well. I would probably do something like this where it shows off the body, but then like I have lips here, so that would probably deter me from doing that. I believe in her actual album, it's this, and then I scrolled down. So it's a little bit of booty, a little bit of lip, and then I can go through kind of just like that. All right, and then I'm gonna scroll to the next page and let's put these together. So same thing. And now what I'm going to show you is that how to go back and forth between separate layouts. So it's actually super easy. You hit the up key or the down key to go back. So up will progress you through these, and you see how I'm still like, if I'm doing one by itself, you'll see that I'm still getting that triangle that's like, hey, these aren't the right size. So it's going to let you know, depending on your aspect ratio, how this is going. This is one of my favorites to do with triptychs because it fills up the entire page and usually will keep the aspect ratio perfect. You don't have to worry about cutting anything off and it always looks really good. With one black and white and two color images, I'll try to keep it in the center. Again, that's just a personal preference thing. Or like I might do something like this just because I'm just like, oh, okay. So we've got a full body here that's showing off the entire outfit. And then we have another one that's here that's just kind of showing the details. And then one here that's like based off of her like expression. And then I know for a fact I put these two together in her album because I thought that the juxtaposition or like the difference between like this very kind of like serious sensual image and then this one with her busting out laughing because I said something completely stupid, and I know I did, really helped as well. So we're going to go from this, and you see that took us just a few minutes. Now I will on this spread also show you, actually this is probably a better one to do it. So you'll see that this is also split up, and you can switch sides if you'd like. So say you really like this layout, but you'd like it to go to the opposite side, you can do that. And then anything where your layouts are very, there we go. So on this side we have one layout, and on this side we have a second layout. You can click on these squares and you can change them normally if there was something else to be changed here. Or you can click on this, and this is a better example because then I can do full page, I can do half of the page, I can do a square, I can do a smaller square. And so if you would like to cycle through because you're like, oh, I really like the way one side looks, but I'd like to change the other, then it'll give you a plethora of options, or in this case, like 4 or 5, where you can change kind of how that looks and then keep the same way. And then you'll see up here that they can only rearrange the timeline if you have a mix. And on this one, I just have the one horizontal image. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to just pick where it was and keep it there. So then we're going to go on to her next outfit, which is this blue number, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to do another spread. I love this. I love that it shows like her entire outfit. I love the curve of her body. I love the backdrop. So we're just going to keep that there. No changes. Boom. One page done. And then I'm going to look at the rest of these and see what I like together. I think that I might just keep going in order here. We'll see how I feel once I have these actually constructed. I'll go through these a few times. I want to make sure that I'm showing that full body of that one on the right. I think I like that. So this one is kind of leading into the center, which is also something that you want to think about. You want your stuff on the left to face in towards the center and the stuff on the right to face in towards the center instead of going outside. Just a general design rule as well that I learned, just picked up over the years, just simple things. And then this way I still get to keep this top image. Oh yeah, okay, I cropped the top on that already. And then next one, we're just gonna do this again. I'm gonna do another spread. Beautiful face shot, and then we've got a little booty in the mirror. Perfect. Next, we're just gonna put these two together because I love the fact that it's just basically a full body. So I always like to take full body in each outfit. We'll get to that in the posing video. I get like really ahead of myself when I make stuff like this because I get really super excited to show you things. But I did a full body of this and then I cropped in, I got on a stool and then I kind of got like a little closer to her and then I got down here and made it so that it's kind of focused more on the makeup and then pulled the straps down to make it a little bit more sensual. And then we've got the palm in the background. Loved it. Okay, so then we are going to go into these, and I think I want to go ahead and do another spread, but I don't know if I want to do this, and again, it's going to kind of depend on how it's cropped. I feel like that's not showing enough for me, so we're probably going to go here. And again, you'll see that I'm just arranging this here. You can do tonal adjustments. I would suggest that you not. And actually one of the really cool things that you can do in here is you can right click on an image and then you can say edit in Adobe Photoshop and you can go into Photoshop, make the adjustments, and once you save it, they'll also be adjusted here. And I would suggest doing that over doing anything in here, honestly, just because you have more control. And I just think that, like, you see how that's just kind of lightening up the whole, yeah, no. Use Photoshop, make your life easier. Okay, and so then for this next one, let's go ahead and put these. So in this outfit, we have 4 more. I don't ever like to just put 2 vertical images together, especially because I can tell you right now, just by looking at these, that I want to show the whole body. So let's just see what happens if I do all of these in one outfit together and see how I feel about the layouts that they give me. Oh yeah, I really like that. And then I think I'll do what I did earlier on this one, and I'm gonna make it like this, and then that aspect ratio means that I get to keep everything in here. And then that way we show the full body here, which I really like because it shows the candles, and then I get to show the full body on this image and the full body on this image, which is super important to me. And honestly, if I wanted to, I could just flop these, and there you go. And I know I'm breaking my own rule here by having that facing that way, so I could also do that. And there we go. And now this is facing in, and that's facing in. Okay, so then next we have all of our ones that we did like nude/white sheet with. This is my first YouTube video, so we'll see what I can get away with and what maybe I can't. So we'll go ahead and take a look here. I think I'm going to put these together. Perfect. It shows everything here. I'm going to make this a spread with the eye contact. I'm going to put these 3 together probably. Oh, I love that. I said I love that, and then I started changing it. That's me. I really like this because I feel like even though these are 2 different poses, they're still kind of like scrunched in there. We're going to make this a full page right here. Shows you the whole back of my studio, and then have those 2 in there. And then I think if we just put those 2 together, voila. So what happens when I show a client these? So essentially I'll put these down. I scroll to the front. We're on a web call, so they can see my entire screen just like this. I will click on the spread, get rid of this, and then just hitting the left and right keys will show them up close. And then they can tell me, yes, I love that, I love that, I love that. I'll say, is there anything you think that I left behind? And then they can tell me yes or no. At that point, we can go through these images together, or I can pull them up in Lightroom where I have everything set up if it's a little easier and they want to pick their 30 favorites, and then we build that way. Honestly, that just kind of depends on the client. And we can kind of go over that again in another video, but I will basically say we can either just drag and drop some images in the same outfits, and you can let me know if you would prefer something else, or we can go through all of your images, which is usually somewhere between 60 to 80, and we can pick your 30 favorites, we can narrow them down, and then those are what I'm going to put in your album. And some people are just like, that sounds like way too much work. No. And some people are like, I really like what you have, which is usually like 60 to 70% of my clients. And then I have some people who are just like, you know what? I would just prefer if we kind of go through them, see what we might have missed. And then I'll go in and I'll drag and drop and I'll replace it. And I'll be like, we can have this or this. And that usually takes like another 10 or 15 minutes. All of my calls like this, where I do sales or where I'm doing any kind of reveal like this, usually takes me about 30 minutes or so. And then we'll hop off the call. I do all prepayments. By the time we're done, they've already paid off their product. So then all I have to do is order it. And then I have it delivered to them within 3 to 4 weeks by hand. I put them in a nice little bag. I write them a note and I hand it over. So my luxury products are like my bread and butter. And once again, since this is my first YouTube video, I know that it's going to be a little bit of like, oh gosh, what is she doing? Like, please feel free. I'll have all of my socials down below. I'll have some discount codes for you. I'll see if I have one for Pixeloo. I'm not sure how they do affiliate links, but I would love to share it with you if I can. Please tell your friends, please subscribe. Let me know if there's any more information that I can give you. Let me do this really quick. Okay, I super appreciate everybody who stuck with me through my first YouTube video, everyone who subscribed. Everyone who subscribed. I'm really excited for this YouTube channel. I think that 2021 is the year that I am starting to focus just more and more on trying to coach, trying to get everybody's information together, trying to help people build their businesses who really want to. I do a one-on-one coaching program that's opening up again in the spring. I do have a Patreon that you can subscribe to for $10 for the first 10 members, and then it's $25 there on out, and I believe we are out of $10 spots, so you will have to subscribe at that $25 level, but I promise it's worth it. There is a video that is similar to this, but is comparing this and Album Stomp and Fundy for anyone who was wondering some other album alternatives and what might work best for them. And you can see me start to build an album in all of them and kind of go over my pros and cons list. There's some other things too, just like showing you how I book real clients, showing you full galleries and things of that nature. So if you are interested in coming along with me on this journey, please subscribe and I will talk to you soon. Bye.